to be mostly
definitely
as
needs a nerf.
for both these two teams. Marv likes to bounce around between the Omen and the Astra, but looks like he wants to go for the Astra this time around. And unfortunately, we did just get the news that they're gonna have to remake Agent Select, so we're gonna have a little bit extra time to think about what they want to lock in.
Oh, I gotta move my thingy. I guess I could move myself. Put myself somewhere like here. I think I've gotten pretty good at where it lands. Like what, right around here. Oh yeah, baby, breeze. Oh yeah.
And the controller by playing the Viper, and then Derek actually.
Bro, I can't believe you.
It's literally live right now.
So that's
it's live right now
without Asova on such a large map.
Yeah, that's definitely. I think
they beat him to the punch.
Differential between both of these squads is the fact
I'm turning this off immediately when TSM Envy goes live.
Choice of Sentinel kind of between the mix of whatever.
It's funny that you think Rise is trash.
I didn't say Rise is trash.
Did.
When did I say that? No, when did I say that? I said the match is trash.
That's.
I never said Rise is trash.
That's exactly what.
Really interesting, just not having a chance to see them at all throughout this map. What do they have?
They don't even have audio.
The audio is delayed.
Nice, man.
The audio's awful.
They've been able to get control over towards switch position. Already had the entry on the Shazam as well. They're attacking the pyramids and they're getting some deep penetration into the site. But now we're seeing Dapper and Tints actually fighting back very effectively.
This is so confusing for my brain.
Boys trying to keep some space to work with. The Tens has established threat over the middle.
It's like out of sync completely.
Just outside of A, and ooh, Poise nearly gets an.
You can't fucking beat Tens in an aim duel. What are you trying, Poise? Who do you think you are?
But Neptune looking to at least still get this spike planted, and it doesn't seem like that will be what he's able to go. 1v3 now.
Holy, it's just not even close either.
Yeah, I mean,
it's not like a second. It's like 7.
You know, being able to get some pretty good initial.
That's crazy.
Control, you know, setting up this particular A split, being able to get into the A halls, be able to, you know, get out cave and start making some progress from the site. And, you know, they were able to get kind of that first layer of the site kind of playing behind the pyramids towards cave. But there was just kind of a switch that got flipped in the mid round where you started seeing Sentinels able to kind of sit back and fight back.
Well, that's probably going to be a pause. So. I mean, that, yeah, should be a pause.
Haven's about to go live on the good match.
Yeah, but what if they have audio issues too?
Nah, this is Nerd Street 2. There's no way. Nerd Street 2 is better than Nerd Street 1.
I don't think it's starting. We might have a second round here.
Whoa, Envy and TSM.
Single side execute.
I might need to watch both. I'll be honest. Chat, might need to watch both.
I'd imagine A is going to be the more
at the same
target,
time.
right? B's a lot more claustrophobic. It's a very tight choke point to get in there unless you're able to actually
move the fucking cam top left. Yo, you guys, your brain is so small.
You probably won't learn too much this round.
Hello?
No, probably not too much at all. Just see if you can get some ultimate orbs, get a little bit of resource generation going on.
You're lost. You're all lost. Everyone that typed that is lost. Everyone that didn't, you guys are doing great. You're beautiful. What world are you living in?
In fact, the sentry turret does come into play for an elimination.
There you go. Dapper's turret may have more frags than some of Rise at this point. Always a stat line you don't want to be on the wrong end of, but obviously early phase, so you can't really blame them, as Sentinels are just spreading all across center of the map and having no trouble mopping things up with upgraded weapons. It's what we've come to expect in situations like these. That Rise will be able to battle against the Sentinels bonus.
Well, it's the eco.
Bitten on anything. You have Bang and Hazed both poached, positioned over by C and B respectively, knowing that there's not going to be any sort of rotation coming through. So it becomes pretty easy for TSM to sort of hold their footing for the time being. Envy of
it's weird seeing all these players in the same game for the TSM match.
Get a pick.
Why?
Yes, I mean,
There's
if
so
he's
many
able to
familiar
place
names.
players
Yeah,
down
so many
A,
familiar
that
names.
could then cause the rotation because
They've played together.
He wants to get one pick while the other two players sort of test it out over on the rest of the map. And I like this idea, but you'll notice Hayes is starting to creep up towards.
literally
He's got a
1,
great
2,
timing
3,
on
4,
this.
5.
Oh, he's gonna spray them
6,
down. At least
7,
find one.
8
Still a little low.
out of 10.
Crashes with the recon bolt. Thought that
Is
was a shot
Leviathan
dart.
a CS
There
player?
it is.
I don't
Right
know.
9
around
out
the
of 10?
corner, finds the pick out to Hayes. Now we've got a little bit of an even footing. They'll at least
Probably.
get the spike down, but TSM is looking to fight back very quickly.
Yeah, we have a shock dart, and actually the plant gets canceled. That's very nicely done. And that
dart.
shock dart comes in and shuts it all down. There's just nothing you can do.
Huge fucking dart.
From TSM to stop.
Well, I gotta watch this gun, Red.
He's also kind of in a one and done spot as well, so it's a little bit risky, but we'll see how it plays out.
Yeah, you will have the ability, I think, for Sentinels defensively to rotate over quickly in case you do see point of contact. Also, an alarm bot placed.
Dude, this is a weird. This is crazy. I'm really interested in seeing how pro teams play this map, just because it's so. Like they have a killjoy set up at A, and they're giving them A, stacking B. Well, I didn't know Shaz was in there. Never mind. That makes more sense. Shaz was deep in there. I had no idea.
Yeah, he's had such, heavy mid control over towards.
This map is so huge. Trying to look at the radar. I'm trying to follow everything on the radar. You can't just like glance at it and go, all right, I understand. You have to like look at it.
Basically, the defense is being funneled.
That sucks.
Shanks does get caught in mid, however, so it equals the numbers back up, and now Sentinels have something to launch off of.
And they're already here to contest Neptune. Guiding light
Bro,
will go
fucking
through.
fight with your rifles, man.
Look at the cloud burst in to gain separation while he's found at the top with the Marshal. But Neptune able to take one with him. Derek's still a part of the play as well, just a little bit deeper. Good
Derek
help coming
Wizzies.
through, but Zombs trades things back. 2v1 favoring the Sentinels defense. But Derek fully healthy.
All right, never mind. Falling asleep at the wheel. Well, that Rise game might be over. Rise looks like they're asleep.
Able to
It's fine.
trade up to a Spectre. That could be important.
Yeah, stuck in the smoke, go bang back sight. Oh, and it's just falling apart. Still though, one remains. Victor.
Who do you think wins in the TSM Envy match?
Pretty standard.
I put down Envy.
What?
I also, I put down Envy because, honeymoon phase with teams, Ye's new. It's a pop-off era. TSM's good, but it's going to be a close battle, and I think Envy's going to take it. Then I think Envy's going to beat Sentinels in the second round.
I think in a game like this, it doesn't work as well. The honeymoon phase of getting a new player.
We'll see. We'll see. He's on Jet. You got to remember that.
That's true. I guess Jet does whatever the hell Jet wants.
He's just taking his time, keeping the suspense for us. He wants to hold that mid window. This is something TSM do all the time. You'll notice 3 guns stay over, so they've got triple Spectre, 1 Phantom upgrade, and the Operator 2. And if they end up getting blown out a little bit early in the round, it's just going to be a save on that Operator for the time.
It sucks
being,
because
but
my heart
Leviathan can make
also,
something
it
happen
mostly
here on
says
the A
Envy
side.
because
It's
I
definitely
love
a winnable round for
Fujon.
TSM in the third.
But I don't know. I'm going to listen to my heart on this one. Brain kind of says TSM a little bit, but I'm going with the heart.
That he could be positioned somewhere else. And of course, we see Marv has pushed up.
He's just chilling.
Yeah. Towards that C Covey, feeling a little cozy. If I'm Envy, I'm thinking, where is Wardell? They know that he's going to be picking up the op. They know they want to try to avoid it.
Oh, wow. The dog up mid, not seeing anyone in window, actually caused this quick rotation over towards the A site. So there's only 2 players leaning C for the time being. Bang tries to get the spam through, but actually gets dinked in the
Why does he have
process.
NA
You're
in his
unable to
name?
find
Bang NA.
Really anything, and that's going to let Envy straight onto the C side.
Oh, and he backs away as well. The nano swarms come through here for Hayes. And he's
God,
still
there's
playing
such a
close
bad
to the
Envy's in
fence.
such a bad spot.
Yeah.
They're
They're
stuck in this
fucked.
connector
Their split
here,
did
and
look terrible. All right, can I switch up and go
downhill
TSM?
for
Or?
Envy. Operator gets lost, but picked back up a great round. from
Who
TSM.
picked this fucking
Yeah,
map?
that's
so
beautiful. You
peak.
had, even though there was the sort of fake out, right? you
Envy
had,
picked this
both
map.
Wardell
Alright,
and
we
Sentinels
Pulls out the
running over towards A.
Deagle?
They were quick on the rotation near C. Once they had the info, there's some players in
Well,
garage,
Sentinels
and
is doing the
that suck
expected,
in,
just
it
shitting
slowed
all
everything
over
down a
Rise.
little bit for
Yep,
Envy to get onto
I
that C
told you
site.
exactly
First
what would
pick
happen
was
here.
Just shitting all over them.
play, and you had Bang in that window the
Not
entire
even
it's already
the
5
round.
rounds
The
in.
rounds aren't even
Once
close,
the
too.
chaos sort of ensued.
Yep.
Envy looked away,
That's about
and
right.
that's
They
gonna
just
be an
won with 5.
unfortunate
All right,
loss
that
for
match
them.
is
They're gonna
over.
have to go into the sheriff buys now and do the best they can, but likely a quick streak here to start it off for TSM on defense.
Oh, Victor just trying to stay alive. Crashies goes in though.
I feel bad that none of these guys could use the new crosshair because it's on the older build.
So following up.
A new crosshair.
They added
Oh,
a
yours?
bunch of crosshair changes in the most recent update.
Well over towards C. B pop.
Shit.
Just about ready here for Envy.
You can now like have a sniper crosshair, like a sniper scope. You can make the red dot like disappear, or you can make the red dot any color. You can make it bigger, smaller. You can have a crosshair for when you ADS your gun, and then a primary crosshair. And then there's different settings. Like there's firing error settings, where there's firing error multiplier. There's movement error multipliers.
Just get the spike on the ground. Make sure you get that money.
Shit.
You know when you click firing error and it makes your gap bigger? They made it so you can have a setting that it doesn't do that. It just takes the offset that you used yourself. Pretty good settings, actually.
Oh yeah, that sounds like a really good quality of life thing.
And then crosshair profiles, so you could set like 5 crosshairs.
Profiles is dope. Profiles is dope. Just clicking buttons instead.
As the Seekers comes out and bang, just trying to avoid that flash. He's out of position.
They just fucking ecoed them, by the way, with these.
That's true.
Hitting the Juan.
I'm telling you.
Wow, they just
Close match.
flying into B, and just like you said, they had a great.
Let's see what happened in the other game. All right, another round, 6-0.
Outside those garage
Oh
doors,
no!
They came down to a few critical errors.
Oh no!
From TSM,
I just can't even believe you thought that would be close.
After you got the first player pop.
You think fucking Sentinels is not gonna qualify? Like the cap must be stopped.
Not quite finding that second, and then Wardell came out after missing his second.
I just like an underdog story, you know.
Everyone does, but a lot. That's why they're underdogs. Is it usually doesn't happen.
Able to get Envy straight back into the map.
And now,
God, I want to play Valorant, man. He just shot him through the turret. That sucks.
Rosa already feeling it as he gets taken down to
5 HP.
Shot him
Well, he
right
can't
through
heal
the
himself,
turret.
so that's fine.
He's going to be a factor. He's playing close to his chest here in garage.
There's a lot of matches, and
so much utility set up here by TSM, but Envy want to go flying on in here. Ye is doing everything. He's offing, he's engaging with a frenzy. What can't this man do?
Looks like he can't plant the spike. He is the one on the site, but of course Marv is the one's coming down. But they'll
that
pop out from
blows. Oh my God! All he had to do was shoot.
TSM 3v4. There are a couple of injured members here for TSM. Yay, he's got
Pretty lame, actually. Sky's bullshit.
Sky's very good. Also, they were not playing anti, so that's their fault. I had 2 set up there. Nobody's turning.
They know Ye's in a little bit of a tougher spot. The flash to push him away, and he's going to have to retreat as the Seekers come in. But he's backing right up to the Cosmic Divide. Still, though, already on the
Holy shit, Ye's popping off.
Frenzy, and it's down to
Oh no! Oh my God! Oh no!
Oh my goodness, that was very close.
From TSM.
Oh my word, Ye runs
That was
out
pretty
of his
fucked.
knives, Levi runs out of his bullets. They're both staring at each other, they don't know what to do, but it's a classic that gets it done at the end.
Holy
of the day.
shit.
2 new additions to these rosters in the 1v1 at the end, but it's Levi.
A little bit of
that
whiffies
comes up big for
from
TSM.
both of them.
I mean, what a hold right there. Again, it's Bang popping out of that garage window.
Made the right play, too.
Yeah, that was a good play.
Right.
Ye almost saved that.
The chaos that ensued
Yeah, he
off
just
that
missed.
wall that Bang was able to put down too. It just made it a complete disaster on the side. I mean, look, there's a wall, there's 3 smokes going everywhere. It makes it so hard for Envy to trade out their players. So it turns it into these isolated fights that Envy, at the end of it all, were not able to come out on top of.
This is an important round coming up here, Ender, as both ops are officially online. I haven't really had the ability to fully utilize them as I'm imagining they would want. And
Oh no, Hazed.
Why did he just walk out?
I don't know.
Counterpunch off of that Hunter's Fury.
Oh no, Sub Rosa.
Still, Envy not letting those window shenanigans happen.
It's weird because like we don't hear the comms or anything, but those look like just so 2 wrong plays by Sub Rosa and Hazed.
Now the lockdown from on site.
Just absolutely lost.
So hard to get back onto this one with an operator and the man disadvantage. They need that initial pick to make it work. They're trying to find it before the lockdown goes down. They actually destroyed it with the shock darts. Very nicely done at the last possible second, but still coming away worse for wear in these fights. Bang on 3 HP has to run.
They pick up the op, take it away, and they run away. They got their pick, and of course...
Sentinel 7-0. Oh boy, gonna be a quick 13-0.
And Rice took attack too, and then they lost the round right after.
Finding the pick in the garage as well. Just so much came his way on... I wouldn't even call that the lurk. Like, the rest of the team was pushing up long. He just found so many great picks to not really allow TSM to really do what had been done the round prior. Getting access to that window, not having it this time.
I really wanted to watch Breeze, but if it's one team that knows how to play it and the other team that doesn't, it's not a very competitive match, you know?
A couple of rounds in a row. So
you gotta get 2 teams that kind of know what they're doing.
They almost have to commit someone into that.
Breeze is such a hard concept for a lot of players, just because it's such an in-depth map.
That control for a little bit. Does seem like they want to change some things up now.
Gun go
TSM
bird
on
doesn't
B,
really
they're
work as
leaning
well.
Heavy over towards that TC site for the moment. Could look for a little quick push up mid as well. That's what Wardell's going to go for with the Blade Storm. A nice little attempt, but as soon as no one's near grass, you kind of have to back it on up, or else risk getting peeked out by window. So the early look from Wardell doesn't pan out, and now TSM back up to a more defensive stance.
You know, this isn't a horrible round here for TSM. Envy are starting to pick up some steam, so they can definitely get some damage done. They've got the op, they've got a phantom, they've got knives. So it's not completely out of the woodwork. And of course, some utility.
Are you coming to Berlin? Nope.
Available, but Zayhit's gonna come in quite fast. Dell's
He
already
dodged
here.
the dog.
Levi's playing around short side. And
Cool
as they
wall,
pop
actually.
in, not really any information gained, but they're just waiting. They're
They haven't cleared short,
They're
though.
in a great position.
Oh no.
Dell's waiting. Good shot there into Levi. He's down and accounted for as it's just a 3 members here for TSM, but the lockdowns pushed everyone back from Envy. Haven't quite hit the site yet, and one player gets detained. It's Yay, but Wardell's a little bit afraid. Knows that somebody's at least covering. And they walk up slow. Arv gets taken down, and that is like that has to be brutal.
Wardell could win this round still very easily. This is dangerous.
Potential here. Another one for Wardell. Can he
Oh.
find anything else? No.
He was ready for the jump.
Got it. Of course he does. Now it's just the one.
Need to dash, but you know, whatever.
Bang was waiting all the time in case there was going to be a rotation on back here. He is one of the players with the Phantom,
Whatever
though,
you're feeling.
but is doable on light armor here. Has to get through the
He did
turret
not
first,
expect the
and another
front
play
plant.
that's not gonna be enough.
I don't even think
with
Ye
the triple
expected him there
takes the
either.
round for
I don't think. Well, I don't
Envy.
think they had any
I mean,
info
it
on
was
Yeah,
each
they were
other,
just
right?
guessing.
By any means.
That's why they played in
Stuck
front.
a
They played in
1v3
front because he might have been
situation on the side,
flanking.
was able to come away with a couple of kills
I'm
there.
always
Very
nervous
nice
for the opposing
TSM,
team when
but
I see Wardell
Envy are
in a clutch
slowly making their
situation with
way
an op
back
or
here.
knives.
3 to 4 is the
Always
score, and
worrisome.
Honestly, if not for Wardell, like this round
There's
is just
always a
like instantly
chance.
going to be blown wide open. It turned it into a 2 for 2, and then Wardell got a little bit hungry for that extra one and wishes maybe he had an op. But God, that was just sick.
That was what we came here to see, right? It's the Wardell show. He's got those knives popped, and
Oh!
he's looking over towards
hello.
the side. Gets
I saw a
They did
triple.
barely even
I
touch
saw a
it.
triple right
That
there.
is beautiful. You lose the Sova, you lose your recon. So they now have to
A little
go in
bit awkward.
dark. Yeah.
They sort of, the 3 people look at him like, wait a second, is that a bad guy up there? Or is that just hallucination? I don't know. A couple players in garage. They have to deal with that. Oh, Rosa, look at him getting up close here. But those cabbages gonna ruin his play.
They're not
So
cabbages,
really
they're
nice attempt
squids.
there.
Oh, that
Now
sucks.
Victor's on
In
top.
a dash.
I mean, nice for Sabrosa, not nice for Wardell. Cabbages ended up getting to him. Doesn't like his green.
Sucks he didn't wait for the cabbage too. He would have gotten a kill.
The squid.
Sabrosa's popping,
You
and
mean?
that's what we like to see. And the op is
What?
not going
Squid?
to connect onto Sabrosa.
Cabbage?
They're squids. Like jellyfish.
Cabbage.
Every single member that pops in, Levi coming in.
What are they actually called?
Squids.
The windowsill, he will sit.
No,
he will
like-
fall 4
like
to
what's the
4,
name of
and
the
he
ult?
bounce back in this
It is a
first half.
10-0 for Sentinels.
Yeah, really good mid-round decision making there from Envy.
What's the
It's
name
just
of
they
the
had
ult?
Such a
cabbages
hard
sort of
fucking map when you don't know what you're
telling them
doing.
a couple players over towards that
The name of
C
the
site, and
ult?
I think there was one on
Yeah.
C.
I don't know.
two in
Seekers, I
garage.
think?
They're like, okay, let's back out of that garage. We don't have to
Gotcha.
commit into the meat grinder. That could very easily turn into, and they quickly make that into a B play. Started off a little bit awkward with Wardell right there, but at the same time, it was really interesting
Man.
watching Sabrosa take those really
waited one
aggressive
more
push
sec.
throughs. You know, he's just walking through a Molotov at the last second.
We
right
got
there
ourselves a
after
match
doing
here.
Some
Told
aggressive
you,
stuff
this is always
over in
worth.
garage as well, and it's those type of moves that can break up in a round. Speaking of aggressive, look at Yay popping through a smoke.
I love that.
Yeah, I mean, Levi was just going for the consolation prize. Eco round here for TSM. He wanted just that extra something. 1 round closer to the Hunter's Fury. The sooner he gets it, the sooner.
I was really hoping for the underdog story for Rise, but you know,
Just got humbled.
it's not looking so good.
Jump peek out. Who does that?
Yay, apparently. And we're going to have to remember that for the rest of this series if he keeps it going. 2 players from TSM quickly rotated over here, and we were able to do some damage with Sheriffs earlier
Ring 14.
in the game, and see if that's able to pay off for TSM. It's not. Envy just mowing him down. I actually think the Radiant box did not look like it was getting penned there, so I'll have to double check that one. I saw some bullets sparking off that box on the C site, but regardless, an easy secure here for Envy.
The Seekers are an Australian folk influenced
Sabrosa,
pop
Sabrosa. What do you got
quartet.
here?
What's a quartet?
Playing close.
Dude, they're flowers,
Handle.
apparently.
Tapped quick, or Sabrosa could have the better.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought they were
I guess.
squids.
The two options.
They're not. They're flowers.
We'll take the Vandal. Okay, we know what
But it
that
doesn't
ended up being.
make
All right.
sense. They don't even
I
look
guess
like
one of his
fucking
teammates
flowers.
could have also shot him. You know, that
Yeah,
could have happened.
yeah.
They could have both missed. And it's a flawless at the end of the day for Envy.
This was a very interesting roller coaster. TSM.
I guess
started off
Cabbage would
with
be
good
right,
foot,
yeah.
And now Envy really showed us what this edition can be made of. This kind of new and improved life. I wouldn't say new and improved, but this life that's been injected into this team has proven to be, you know, a fast and easy addition, like they said, like you highlighted in that interview, that it was fast, it was easy, and it is. Ye's
Hey, Rise got around.
He's popping heads and
10-1.
feels like he's been
That's
on this
good,
team
man.
forever.
Yeah, I mean, he wants to peek aggressively with that operator, so the team just has to be ready to set him up for success. A quick little flash in to peek on top of C and, of course, get that orb as well. Now they back it up and have gotten Marved up into this cubby that he's chilled out in before.
I had a dream that Automatic
rotation.
went
And they've been
to
pretty
CS
convincing when they've decided
and
to
T1
attack
fell
sites. So I
apart.
think maybe some preparation here.
That's
just
gonna
realizing
become a
TSM
reality
are
soon.
very slow to rotate on this map.
Automatic
If
played
you're
CS
attacking
last
the A
night
site, you know
after I got
getting
off.
hazed.
I
played
think
CS
that's
last
why I
night.
had that dream.
Over on C, guarding B, making sure
Bro,
these late rotations
CS
don't
is
come through. So when
fun.
Envy decide to
Of course.
hit site, you're
It's a great
usually
time with the
quite
boys.
decisive.
You
should play
can't play
sometime.
matchmaking, but besides that, it's a
No,
good
yeah,
time.
we've been playing
That's
Face
what
It.
they went for the
Good time.
I want to play some Warcraft 3 servers.
Is gonna get out to safety.
I don't know if those exist in CS:GO. Do they?
Yeah, they do.
Play there.
Mm.
But not really gonna come up with
I thought about
a
making
whole
one
lot.
myself just because, like, I don't know. I don't trust public servers like that because they get your IP and they could fucking be weird.
This
I
is
don't know.
going horribly for TSM. Still,
I mean,
two players
sure.
Remain.
I get it.
Levi and Wardell, the A-side anchors, coming a little bit late to the party. Finesse,
Finesse!
smelled something was up, and it was Levi.
All right, so Wardell's going to hold on to the operator. Good choice by him. But honestly, like, I love that attack from Envy because, I mean, we go back. Their C hits have run into
So,
basically
yeah, he's
the
looking
thing that
pretty
determines
good.
whether or not it's a win or a loss is the garage control. You know, a player getting in window, popping down.
Dude,
garage.
just
That time,
fine.
though, oh man, Envy just hunt him down. That's brutal. That time though, what Envy decided to do is actually not send anyone through garage initially. So it's 4 down C long. They actually use the Hunter's Fury to clear garage window, and that allows Finesse to sort of sneak his way into that garage, pop up, and then shoot TSM in the back as they try to run away and evacuate that site. So a very nice take, I feel like, from Envy, playing off that Hunter's Fury and coming in with a really strong plan.
And they had a good insurance.
11-1.5.
A great
Whoa.
flat to make sure that
Breeze is actually such a hard fucking map to play.
that are funneling in from link.
Well, I mean, to be fair, it is maybe Rise doesn't play it ever. There's a chance that that's a thing, and Sentinels did pick it, so maybe they'll come back on the second map a little bit. Hopefully.
A lot of money. I mean, like it looks like
They
they'll
might,
go
but I
for
don't think
a
they'll
bit of a light.
get
I mean,
the dub.
Leviathan did go
I mean,
for
you
light.
never
So
know.
we'll see
You
what
never
they do
know.
coming out of the time.
I'm being
Of course, they
optimistic,
could go for, like,
because
light
you always want
armor
to see good matches and not blowouts.
and a rifle, but then they're not.
What
really
happens
looking
if
with
this is
much
a blowout,
utility.
though? What goes
Something
next?
Like that Killjoy.
The next match, if
Regardless,
this is
though,
a
I mean,
blowout,
I have to point out
is...
the timing there, the practice of hunting
Isn't
down
100
that
Thieves
off
phase?
player
I think
and
so,
aiming
yeah.
around both corners at the same time was very
Luminosity
nicely done there
exit?
from Envy. So
Is that
remains
it?
to be seen what the
so.
decision is here for TSM. Of course, not having access to the Bladestorm makes going for these light by rounds.
Why don't they update Chaz's picture? He has had blonde hair for a while now.
Invest in that final round
Because you have to take like a professional photo,
to
you know?
have a shot in this one, but they're gonna have that full.
And then
body
you also
from
have to care. If you care and you let them know, like, hey, don't use this photo of me, then they'll stop.
Ooh, Levi
Right.
is definitely gonna be a little
Dude,
bit more
what needs to
careful
happen
with
is
that
you
one.
need to go back to being like a 400 viewer Andy, and so we don't get DDoS in matchmaking, and we just go back to playing matchmaking all day, and we go back on the global grind.
Jesus.
You down?
Sounds miserable.
I mean, I will say they have
Sounds
changed
awesome.
up the Killjoy right now. Killjoy
Whoa.
with the turret in A link, and then they're playing 2 on A site. They could go for a more passive B hold. You know, right now it just looks like Sabrosa wants to clear out mid with the dog. Doesn't actually get information, I don't think, coming around that door. But Finesse is here for the kill, and
That's
we
some
have
great
a couple
timing.
to start this one off.
He's the A site. Could be a little bit easier to take.
God, would people jump across your screen like that?
Oh, no, no, no.
Oh, he still gets it. Very well done.
Hazed
2v2
with the
things are a little
two-piece
bit
chicken
more
nuggets.
doable. Wardell peeking here with the Marshall as Crashy's on the retreat. Finesto on the lurk, 17 HP. Have to be a little bit more careful. And
I don't know if they'll expect the finesse
no
lurk.
Active lineups here available for Crashy's. He's just biding his time here for Finesse. They start the defuse.
This is so late, yeah. I doubt it.
Be able to hear things out, but they're going to clear instead.
Oh?
There's the shock dart. There's the defuse that starts to come through. Finesse on the flank, and now
timing was
has
great.
To be very, very careful. Knows that the shock darts aren't going to be coming through. He starts to defuse up to halfway. Can Finesse do this again? He's trying to be straight through here. Oh, the hip fire.
It's actually really close.
Yeah, very close. Holy shit.
That was a very close round.
He can get this done, but Crashy's just
Goes for the stick. Just the BM in his face.
Oh my god, Envy running circles around TSM right there. Wardell go for the no-scope upshot. Just
imagine that no-scope hit, though.
One bullet left in the classic wasn't enough to
Yeah,
come away with
I mean, there's a world in where it does,
so
and that's where the RNG comes in, you know?
Corner the A site, 2 players of Envy made it.
That's
on
the
site
RNG of playing games like
clearing
this.
that corner,
Some
so
shit like that can happen, and it is what it is
Get
when it
2
does.
kills, set his team up to pick up some guns off the ground.
That's what makes it exciting.
Almost a lost round for Envy that should never have been lost. And now
Kind of a
TSM
cool
will
op,
still have
actually.
the money to invest
Yeah,
in this one here.
not bad.
He is
I
on
actually
an
like
op
really,
it.
really loud,
on the
though.
light armor and an op 2, and he's taken a very
They
aggressive
should just
stance
add
over down
a
C
fucking
long, but Envy
option
have no intention of
for
going to the C
gun
site. They're
animation
very
sounds,
quick.
right? Like, I feel like that would be kind of cool.
Yeah, it would.
Maybe, you know, we might argue a little bit late in the round, but doesn't quite matter.
Just for the audio
It's
levels.
Last round of regulation here, and lots of ultimates available for TSM. Lockdown is the first one of those, as we imagine.
I mean,
available with something.
I feel like the option would be just make it go back to default.
On or off.
Yeah. Basically, like on with the skin or off with the skin, but you can't
I feel like
obviously
you should
mute.
make a
Can't mute your gun because that'd be kind of OP.
I feel like you should get a slider though. Like not mute I just like mute the animations of it. But I feel like you should get a slider because what if someone wants it louder? That was crazy. He's fucking bouncing around left, right on the wall. Just jig.
Marv didn't know what to do. He's never experienced that before.
Wardell's so fucking solid, man. So solid.
Back and forth, but it's Wardell at the end of it all to get that one. A beautiful play from him. 7-5 on the half to Envy. We're gonna
Yeah, what if people want their gun sounds louder than
back to the rest
default?
of Haven.
But eventually,
Then
Who
they're
knows?
crazy.
People might be into that shit though.
I mean, that just ruins the balance, though. I don't think you should be able to turn it down or up.
Either because both your Sage and your Viper on the other side, and here comes the information, and with that also the hit. Still not rotating though is Rise. Sentinels already taking away a lot of space, but the cyber trap will be there for Derek. Able to
Come
find
back.
one. That'll be a good start for the defense.
Good half.
Start kind of backing up
I think
range battles now.
Envy's defense is gonna be a little bit stronger than offense though.
Get the spike down, get a frag back to himself, get it back into a 4.
I'm predicting a 13-10 Envious.
God, Sky is so fucking broken. I love it.
Not expecting the immediate response though, but Rise still come away with a 3-for-1. So it is just down to Shazam 1v3 situation, playing a bit more of a passive angle.
Oh, he
Does
lost.
he have a look at where the spike is planted is the real question. No, he did not, because there is a wall down in front of him. Oh, but Shazam able to find one, able to find
Wait.
2, but not able to get over the
Rise, come back?
The third. The boys sticking for the defuse will allow Rise the pistol
Stop
win.
the cap.
Indeed it will.
13-11?
That is
That's all. 11's all they get.
survival
Stop the cap.
requirement than really, you know, putting them in a position to come back just yet, but at least that's the first box.
11's all they
They're
get.
about to get ecoed more than likely.
Close one done. That was a labored victory, but again, able to get it done. You know, being able to play back behind this Viper wall, able to eventually kind of flash their way through and kind of use that to gain some ground and get a couple of big frags to put them up, while obviously providing sanctuary for the actual defuse. And so that'll keep them going. That'll get them onto SMGs, and we are seeing a pretty decent investment, though, from Sentinels. They're going to get some shares and a Marshall out there. They're not looking to full save. They're looking to invest, and we'll see if they can throw a wrench in the plans or Rise with it.
And 4 kills with the plant. Sentinels feeling frisky. Maybe pulling out the old strat from the playbook, the we're just better strat, and just let's see what happens. I mean, you would have a lot of ground to stand on if you wanted to make that argument that at the moment you are just better. But Rise, pretty solid defense, and now some extra weapons to try to fortify whatever they decide to do here. And you, well, for a moment, so you have 3 members over towards B. Again, there's really no ability for Rise to even check nor clear mid-map, though. That's the big problem.
Yeah, it is indeed. Sentinels do have a lot of space here, but it's about making that next breakthrough and actually getting onto one of these sites. It's going to come down to timing, as there is a cam watching that mid doors position, waiting to see if Sentinels are indeed looking to approach in that direction. In the meantime, Sentinels holding on to middle. He's making sure no one's rotating through B, through mid just yet. There is still plenty of defense, though, in place at Halls and in the site itself. And
So commit for that.
Shanks for one, but the immediate response from Six. Also tagged up to the play with Derek. He's trying to lock things down with the Odin.
Like,
Pardon me, the Ares, and will be able to do so with 2. 10 still gain some space to work with up towards the front side of site.
That's the fucking turret.
One dashes away. And the door will be showing the play, but not
they lost the strap.
Poised, able to find one in return, and it just falls onto the shoulders of 10. 1v2 situation with the Sheriff and Supa will clean things up. So an investment for Sentinels, but still Rise 2 rounds in a row.
Yeah, really well done by Derek with that Ares there. When the initial
Comeback
trade comes in and Sentinels are able to break through the doors onto that A site.
13 to 5.
If Sentinels are going to be able to get the extra space they need to
a little bit of a comeback,
to plant and make things interesting.
We'll get a couple of rounds.
Instead, we see Derek tee off with that Ares and kind of silence that. But now Sentinels, you know, with
feel bad for Rise. I mean, you shouldn't really feel bad. Like, if you're playing a map that you're not familiar with against one of the fucking best teams in this game, you're gonna lose, and you're gonna lose bad. And it's just that simple. You try your best, and that's it. You go to the next map. Like, you got to be realistic.
Establish a little bit of confidence.
I bet you Rise knows that they're gonna get fucking whopped on this map.
Look at how
they probably don't play it. And if they do, they probably don't play it much. And sometimes it be like that. Sometimes it be like that. They picked it? No, don't say that to me. Don't tell me that they thought they were more confident. Don't do that to me.
Well,
don't.
Missed a great pistol round.
I didn't even know it was live.
I said, yeah, you didn't hear me. Never hear me, dude.
Oh my God, Six incredible. Best gamer of all time.
Strange pistol, and I kind of dig it in theory, but
they didn't send picked it. Yeah, that's what I thought.
Or Envy, and they completely stopped TSM in their tracks.
That's what I thought.
It happened a lot faster than I anticipated. I expected maybe a little bit of slow work from TSM, but that was a blitz, and it's gone. And now see how TSM kind of react on their, of course, weaker buy. But what a halt there from Envy, and EA just having a great game so far. Victor, one long. There's the Stampede coming through. Gets flashed out. That's a weapon upgrade for TSM. They'll pick up that one, pass it along to Levi as they rush onto this A site.
It's bounced around in hands now.
It's looking like that map's going to be a Swift 13-3, probably.
Again, Envy playing it similarly on defense to how TSM did, and you'll see Finesse still hanging out towards that C site. That's one of the fun things running mirror comps here, is we're going to see the really tangible differences in how these teams stylistically want to play out these rounds. But Envy already have 3 players here, and that's one more player than TSM would have liked to rotate over on defense. So if TSM decide to go in on this one, it is going to be real tough, because you'll see Crashy's ready to trade this close one so quickly, and even destroying the scout before I think it even sees Marv in the corner.
Marv, such a dirty position in TSM. They'll rush in and find one at least, for a couple actually. It's a lot of members down for Envy. You know, if you're TSM, you're thinking, okay, not bad. We managed to take some
toxic
out, and you know, with TSM being so focused on their economy round after round, that has to feel pretty good.
Let me guess, the map's over?
They can at least make the anti-eco a little bit more worthwhile. I think they would have also loved to get that spike down.
Yeah, I mean that's what you expect. Like, you really do expect that. A map that you don't play, a map that the enemy team first picks,
and we'll keep tracking.
You expect to get fucking whopped, especially with how good Sentinels is. They'll probably do better on this next map, but still, it's a tough matchup.
In the middle of those rounds, being ready to respond to just about anything. Yay with the operator tries to take the quick peek there, but good Molotov will send him backwards, and
break some util.
TSM can decide what to do, because now it feels like you kind of have to mix things up as Envy. You still actually have Ye playing over towards that garage with the operator. No,
they probably scrim it. Well, scrimming a map doesn't mean shit. You can scrim a map all day, but if you don't have set protocols and set things that you go over on the map, you are literally wasting your time. Just playing a map to play it is pretty much a waste of your time. You have to have stuff to practice. You have to have protocols. You have to have strats. You have to have things to do, or else you're just running around playing ranked pretty much.
But now They'll be ready to come through the run and gun for Marv. Hayes is down in action on the opposite side as Finesse gets traded, but Ye is laying in wait with the op, and they have to be a little bit careful.
Oh.
Ready, there's the swing. Ye
wow.
back away. The sprint will find its mark, and this is a great opening here for TSM.
Oh, he didn't see him.
Alongside the way, but did he see him?
Did he?
Yeah,
Does he
Wardell
hear him?
spotted that one. They know this player's going to be long. He just caught the leg at the very last
No, they
second,
didn't see him.
Envy should be known that they're going to be coming down this
he's
long
dead anyways.
area. These positions great for TSM. They're going to be able to stop this one dead in its tracks. Nicely done from TSM to bounce back there. And it all goes back, I feel like, a lot to that Jet losing her dash. Ye having to get out of that Molotov that Hayes threw.
What are protocols? Protocols.
So going for that
Protocols are like
1v1 up against Sabrosa. It wasn't going to work out.
If your Killjoy is like, let's just use a random example that I'm going to fucking make up my ass here. If your Killjoy is playing like solo C and
TSM take their 6, then
they take garage and there's presence long C, what do you do?
In this one,
does your team come and over rotate and they get there and they set up for that pop? Does the Killjoy play solo? Does the Killjoy leave and play full retake? That's like an example of a protocol. Like, if someone does something, what do you do as a team and as a player to that reaction, like to that action? How do you react to it, right? You see one nade go into one corner. What does that mean for you?
Maybe not reads, but having their players so far pushed up gives them so much information.
Obviously, it's on a more higher level. I don't play this game professionally, so I don't fucking know. But I'm sure in this game it's on a much higher level than CS. There's so much fucking shit. There's so much shit, man. There's so much shit.
They're not even gonna use it. This could be really tough. Wardell. Oh no, they're not ready for it. It's a sheriff here, so it's really hard to get more than just that one. If it was any sort of SMG or rifle, it would have been a little bit better for Envy, but still one. Envy going to be happy with that.
Oh, Marv. That was a valiant effort. The sweatiness from Wardell to get up there and just get all the way back to that spawn area. You can appreciate Marv for trying, but this will be, of course, their gun round that comes in.
But yeah, if you think a lot of these top teams are just doing shit on the fly, you're capping. Like, yeah, sure, there's some stuff that are audibles and some stuff that's called on the fly, but for the most part, these teams have protocols, the good ones anyway. They have a certain set thing to do when something happens on the map. When there's map control on one part of the map, they might think take map control on the other. Like, that's a protocol. Oh shit, they took A main presence. Let's take long C. Let's take this, whatever, right?
In general is play a little lighter towards B.
That's not just shit that's called on the fly. Sometimes it is, but not always.
Get the rotations over. Important to say, the ult economy in this one, I think Crashies went towards that A long to make sure he got that orb, and now has his Hunter's Fury to counteract that of Leviathan. But Sabrosa has those.
That's one thing when you play at a professional level, like everything has a meaning. Why was there a smoke here? What reason did that smoke drop there? Was it to throw you off, or are they setting themselves up for something? Every single piece of util has some sort of meaning
this round, less control around those
against the really, really top teams.
We saw prior, and Ye's actually alone here, so no idea what's going on down the short side. He's gonna eventually back away as he's managed to make it in.
His angle is being watched, though, by two players. That's tough. The attack goes on C, and now the timing is perfect for him to lurk up on A. Hayes catches Ye on that A site. Now the spike, he doesn't want to be here anymore. Sabrosa is now going to be lurking through C. They decide to go into C anyways.
Quick pick here for Crashies is still around the bend as Sabrosa will be taken care of. Still very doable for both sides. 2v3 with a very injured Victor. Seekers come out.
God damn squids.
12 seconds. They're not going to do it.
Oh, the swing there from Levi. Marv's got the angle from Flat. Still one more player funneling down the long side. That was tough. That was very, very tough. You like the efforts there from
Can a silver team with wall hacks beat the best team? No fucking way. No way. A silver team with wall hacks?
Honesty, you know, Hayes
you have much more to learn at silver than game sense and fucking looking through walls. That's not going to help you much at that rank.
With like 25 seconds left on the clock, that's why I'm like, okay, they're rotating back towards A to go pick up where that lurker has taken so much space. But then they realize the clock is so against them that Wardell just decides to dash into the site, hoping that the rotation hasn't fully come over from Envy, and it wasn't enough. He got killed before putting the spike down, and then the rest of the team.
Now, if you said like Immortal, okay, yeah,
whatsoever.
maybe, yeah, probably,
TSM,
probably.
Jay gets another quick kill to start off the round.
That stupid dog, man.
Traded out by Wardell.
Yeah, just fucking die,
That's
dog.
gonna be, of course, the tailwind expected.
Capital D colon.
Dash gone. He'll take Yay for Hayes any day of the week. Lockdown though, could have been a useful tool as TSM comes running through, and we're.
He right-clicked him there? What?
Half the peak there from Finesse.
Crashy's got the spike. Crashy's lurked all the way up long, so they hadn't been pushing into actual attacker spawn. This round, Crashy says, you know what, I'm going to do it, and catches that spike rotating over towards C late. It's just beautiful. So even if Wardell shoots this, he's now given up his position. Ness is playing over on that C site, and now you even have Victor trying to get this crunch on Wardell. Bang is spotted out.
Envy smells good.
Really beautifully done there by Envy. The lurk through from Crashy's just instantly destroyed the round for TSM.
That's tough. That is very, very tough. You see TSM like the train that could, just trying to make things work, trying to put things together. And initially it kind of looks okay. But now, of course, the TAC timeout coming through. I don't blame TSM for using another. Envy really, really looking...
I don't know. That is...
fundamentally
You got to
sound.
restructure your sentence. Somebody said, how much aim difference is a normal Radiant to a Radiant? What does that mean? Do you mean just like a ranked player versus a professional player? I don't know. Varies person to person.
Wanted to, in response to where Wardell was making noise, where Wardell was positioned.
Professional players, though, are very, very different from Radiant players. Like,
that last round
ranked can only get you so far.
Similar situation where Wardell can have that free reign, but
a lot of professional players don't even play ranked.
Around Wardell and around this playstyle TSM are trying to execute on.
I mean, I like it a lot. I think what Envy's doing is they're introducing a lot more variance to their defense. You know, like which side they're going to be pushing up, you know, playing 2 towards A lobby, really deep up towards A. Then other rounds, they're playing a little bit more passively, but still playing off of one another. This round, they're stacking 3 over towards the A site. And I think one of the weaknesses TSM had slightly on defense was they were pretty set in their ways of how they wanted to play it, you know, for a lot of that half. Had one big change about halfway through, you know, around that 6th or 7th round, but we're a little bit more predictable. And I think Envy preyed on that just a little bit. And now TSM are struggling to figure out where's the consistency.
They have to be an Immortal. I mean, they don't have to be. I think you're misunderstanding. They don't have to be an Immortal like 24/7, right? They just had to have touched it at one point.
So much
There's a lot of professional players that are playing in these tournaments and they aren't Immortal right now because they just don't play ranked. They're sitting at Diamond or whatever. They're just chilling. Diamond 2, Diamond 1, not really playing. They don't have to maintain a rank or anything. That's not how that works.
It's flashed out there from Levi and just pinching him off
Yo! Steady.
Nasty. Steady as he goes. Steady as he goes.
Fell apart. Doesn't matter. The culprit has been caught, but Crashies will finish the job. 12-7 match point for Envy on this first map.
Oh,
clean,
man,
clean.
It's a different person pushing through A this time as well. TSM getting lost in the sauce just a little bit there. Again, it was a bit of a light buy for them, just a couple of rifles and some sheriffs to make it happen, and now they're gonna have
Ye's
to
always been a steady shot. Really, really like slow.
I mean, look at this from Ye.
Line it up.
Yep.
Click.
Lycan's blinded, so he doesn't even know where he's getting shot from. You know, the rest of TSM very.
He didn't even move his mouse there. He just like put it in the general direction and just left click.
Off, and Wardell's able to shut him down, but Envy in a beautiful position now, already just crushing on Haven.
And this could be the last round here as well, as TSM have a lot of rounds to go through. 5 rounds to make it through, and already it's off to a great start here for Envy. Looking down, you could see TSM just trying to find something on the way out. Envy's not going to give him anything. They don't need to.
Oh, it's beautiful. It's the beauty. I don't think Victor's played that angle yet. You know, he's played similar angles around short, but hasn't gone for that late peek in that hole just yet. Finesse even wins his
Hazed.
Killjoy
lead.
And now TSM pretty much have to commit onto this A site. Wardell gets the first, and that's good. But again, you have to worry about your back this whole time.
Snappy, snappy, snappy.
Breakthrough into the site. Of course, we do see.
Is the Envy retake?
A bit of line up here with the shock darts, and it goes.
Kind of util they got.
It's looking pretty easy retake here on this double flank. They're all trapped and scared.
The wall just went down too, which is really good timing. And that was perfect timing too.
That was really good. Oh man, finesse.
Just a beautiful, beautiful,
Wow.
beautiful.
The teabag as well. That's pretty BM. Put your nuts in his mouth. Lots of nuts going into Wardell's mouth right now. Not very nice, guys.